These two foods are so crucial that I want you to eat them every single time you eat, at all of your meals and likely your snacks too. So grab a mug of your favorite beverage and join me for today's Nutrition Coffee Chat. And while you're at it, click the subscription button below and the little notification bell so that you get everything you need to create healthy eating habits that stick. So what are these two crucial foods that I want you to eat them every single meal and likely your snacks too? It's protein and produce. Yes, protein and produce are so important. Let's dive into it. Why am I a big fan of protein? 3 reasons, really. The first is that protein is the building blocks of our muscles. And hey, we all want to be lean, right? Muscle is our metabolically active tissue. We want that, as well as keeping us strong and healthy. And a trick from the sports nutrition world that's been around for a long time is to have protein, to be eating protein every 4 to 5 hours throughout the day. And so, we may not be training to be Canada's next Olympian, but so we don't need to, get too caught up on exactly those 4 to 5 hour windows. But I do want you to be having protein delivered to your body, to your muscles throughout the day. I figure that's more important than just getting enough protein in the day altogether. And yes, I am a fan of a higher protein diet. The second reason why I'm a fan of protein is that let me back up a sec. When we eat foods that contain carbohydrates, it raises our blood sugar. And we don't want super high spikes and crashes in that blood sugar, what I call the blood sugar roller coaster, for a number of reasons. One is that, what comes up must come down, and then it's going to cause cravings to get back up again. It's going to be awful for our energy levels, but also it tends to be inflammatory, and there's more and more research around connecting it to different health problems. And so we want instead to have nice, steady blood sugar. And how does that happen? Well, great news is that when you eat foods that contain protein at the same time as you're eating carbohydrate foods, it blunts that blood sugar spike. So you have much gentler waves of blood sugar in your body versus this roller coaster type of effect. So that's the second. And the third reason why I'm a fan of protein is satiety. Protein helps keep us full for longer. And if you don't want to be hungry every hour on the hour, then I recommend including protein at your meals so that you can stay full for longer. So that's why I'm a big fan of protein. Let's move on to produce. So veggies and fruit. Well, if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm a big fan of vegetables. Because really what the epidemiological research pretty darn consistently shows is that the people who eat the most vegetables, they're the healthiest. Different health conditions that they're looking at, different populations across different studies, but it tends to be one of the most consistent things we see in nutrition. And so I recommend getting a lot of vegetables and fruit in your diet. Now, those of us who are getting pretty far from 20, we do want to create more emphasis on the vegetables rather than the fruit. Now, I'm not anti-fruit, but I recommend, those of us who are, more into middle age and later, we want more vegetables and fruit versus the other way around. And so including vegetables or fruit at each time that you're eating will help make sure that you're getting enough in the day. So what would be an example meal? What would be a meal that you would love to make that includes the 2 P's, protein and produce? I'd love to have you share that in the comment section below so that we can all, inspire each other. Let me think off the top of my head a sample day of what that might look like. Let me see. Well, how about for breakfast, having an egg scramble with some spinach and mushrooms in those eggs? Then lunch might be like a power bowl, Buddha bowl, salad bowl, different words for it, with tofu and black beans, and then some romaine lettuce and mixed colored bell peppers and avocado. Sounds delicious. And then maybe my afternoon snack might be an apple and some almonds. And then dinner might be salmon roasted in the oven on a whole bunch of roasted veggies. So maybe some yams, some carrots, some beets, some zucchini with that salmon. That would be a pretty darn delicious, in my opinion, day of including protein and produce every time you eat. If you liked today's video, let me know. Click the thumbs up button. If you're looking for some more ideas of how to make produce and protein happen in your day, I've got a couple of videos selected here. Have a fantastic month. Enjoy healthy eating.